All right, I hope that you have had a good time. I encourage that you tell the rest that have not joined us to join us so that we can resume. We have not had our class for 2 weeks now because of the exams, but now we are back. We need to resume and do the things that are needed to be done so that we can cover the syllabus in good time. I'm sorry, I'm experiencing some glitches. That's why you find that I am I am being I'm not able to access the system sometime. So you'll bear with me. These glitches are happening. I've been experiencing these glitches in my morning class. So, but it's going to be well. So as I was saying, and the session is being recorded, so you can find it later. As I was saying, I want to assume that you already have code blocks. You already have code blocks with you. We spent a lot of time during last class to set code blocks for everybody. So if you don't have code block software, the IDE for programming in C++, I encourage you that you get code blocks and install it in your machine. It's an open source software, so you can get it according to your version of Windows or whatever operating system you're using. You can get code blocks. So ensure that you get code blocks. So today I want us to go straight into the structure of C++ language, and here we are going to see how to code in C++. How to code in C++. So that's what we are going to have. So I'm going to share my screen here so that we can all see what we should be doing. So I'm sharing my screen for code blocks IDE so that we can start. So there it is. There it is. Let me see if I should. All right. So the first thing you remember when you want to create a new project. You want to create a project in C++. You go to create a new project here. You go to console application. Click go. Click next. The application the language we are using is C++. Ensure that is checked. Next, you can call it introduction. And then you choose where the file is going to go. By default, mine is going to be stored in that path. But if you want to change it, you can still change it from here. You click there and you change your path. All right, if you want to change, but it will set for you the path. Remember also, as you create a project, it's going to be created with the file extension CBP. All right, that's the file extension for all projects that you've created using C++ language. So you click next. Oh, there is already a file named introduction. I don't want to so it's already there. So here it is. I can see it here. So we had already created it from the previous class. Right. So here we go. So this was our code. I think you remember this code, and if you don't remember it or you don't have it in your machine, I can go through it again so that you can see what we are having here. Let me maximize so that you can all see this. I hope it's now visible. All right. So this is the header file. It is also called the preprocessor directive #include iostream. This is the standard library. This is the main function. This is how to declare a variable using C++. Unakumbuka tukiangalia the rules of variable declaration and variable initialization. So we looked at it, and we were able to declare some variables. We declared variable x, variable y. We were also able to initialize x, and we were also able to initialize y. There are two ways of initializing, as we saw. This is the first way. Int x is equals to 10. The type, the name of the variable, equal sign, and then the constant value. And then the other way is to declare it first, and then you come and initialize it later, like that. So those are the two ways of initializing, and it is true for also for C, as we saw last class. All right, and then we were able to declare also a car, and we used the cout function. We used the cout. I should not call it function. The cout keyword for output, and we were able to have that the letter is that, right? And then return. This is the return statement, so that it can give us outputs. Especially return 0 is very important, especially when you are having integer values, integer, float, or double. In other words, numbers. Kama uko na numbers zote, your code is dealing with numbers, na kwa output hizo numbers zitakuwa generated. It comes in very handy. All right. So return 0 ni very important if you have numbers in your program, na kwa output hizo numbers zitakuwa. So this is the return statement. So we said when you want to run it, I want you to see where my cursor is going so that you can follow. You come here where there is build and run, okay? And you click that, right? So no, the letter is C. Press any key to continue. And because unataka space, unaweka space hapo, and then you run it again, build and run. Imekuwekea space. Unaona hapo katikati kuna space because hakukuwa na space previously, right? So that is it. And then now let's now I'm sorry, there's a little bit of a glitch in our system. You will bear with us. So once in a while you'll see that I'm disconnected. So that's not intentional. It's not intentional. The system has some glitches. So we're experiencing these glitches from last week, and therefore, but something is being worked out. But don't worry. So let me share back this screen so that you can continue. Anytime there is a glitch, you just bear with me. Nah, you just bear with me. You wait until the system is okay. I refresh it and then we continue. So there we go. I hope Mwinde, you're able to see now. It is zoomed. I have zoomed it a little bit further. So I hope everybody can see it. I hope everybody can see the screen that I've shared there. So now, what was I saying? Let's create a program. Let me type it here in the message so that everybody can see. Create a program that adds two programmer values 5 and 10. It then displays the output. Create a program that adds two programmer values 5 and 10. It then displays the output. So how are we going to do that? So we go to code blocks, and then we are supposed to create two numbers. See, nasema create a program that adds two programmer numbers. So ukiona programmer numbers inamaanisha ni numbers una initialize. Are we together? You as a programmer, you initialize those numbers. They are not numbers being provided by the user. It is you, the programmer, that is providing those numbers. So you initialize them. So we are going to go to code blocks. We are going to have int x 10 and int y 5. Okay, so there is no need for this. Okay, and also there is no need for this. Then you have the computation for sum. But before you have the computation for sum, you are going to have another variable which is going to store the value of sum. So I'm going to call it int sum. All right. That way. Then now I'm going to have the computation for sum. So sum is equals to x plus y. Si kazi ya hiyo program kazi yake tu ni kuadd hizo numbers mbili. So it picks x and y and adds them and passes that parameter to the variable sum. All right. So here we are going to say cout sum is equals to, and then sum. All right. Sum is equals to sum. Hivyo hii sum hapa ni sum yenye itakuwa displayed, the word sum. The word sum is the word. Whatever is being displayed inside the double quotes is being displayed as is. As is means that it will be displayed the way you have typed it. All right. So anything you put inside the double quotes itakuwa displayed as you have typed it. So itanipea sum, the word sum, itanipea equal alafu sum. Alright, so itachukua hii sum, hii value ya sum, and then itaweka hapa. Alright, ita display hapo and then return 0. So you save it. I normally use Control S. It's very easy to save with Control S, and then you build and run. Can you see that? Sum is equals to 15. Are you able to see the output? Okay, let me show the output, because the output is being displayed in a different console. So let me show you the console. Let me share the console here so that you can see the console, how it looks. All right, where is it? Let me share this console. The console is the output area. It's called the console. You remember when we were following the wizard creating the project, we clicked console application. Yeah. So console is that output interface. It's called the console. It's normally black in color. Let me share it. So there it is. Right. Hiyo ndio console. Nimefanya maximize but mostly inakaa hivi. Right? Inakuwaga tu ndogo hivyo. But I've maximized for your seeing. Okay. So that's the console. Now, as you can see, let me maximize it. So can you see it has given me sum is equals venye tu nilikuwa nimetype hapo ndani ya double quotes is equals to sum. So then the integer sum where sum was x plus y, 10 plus y, which is 15. Can you see that? All right, press anything to continue. Pressed. So let me share now this code. Anyone who has any question in this code, so that I can give you another, or we can demonstrate another scenario. Anyone with a question in this code? Okay, Justin. Okay, let me repeat then. So we go back to the code here. Now I want you to watch. So this is the main function. You already know the structure of C, the structure of C++. Can I rewrite it? Let me rewrite it. All right. So this is the structure of C++. Okay. Hash include ishajitokeza hapo. IOStream. The good thing about code blocks is that it has an autocomplete feature, so it is able to know what you're typing. Okay. And then using namespace. All right. Oh, sorry. std. Then we open a main method, and then you put ukiweka tu the first curly brace inaweka ingine, then inakuletea. So this is how the code for C++ looks like. So code ya C++ inakanga hivyo basically. That's the structure. If I ask you what is the structure of C++, hiyo ndio structure ya C++. Okay? C++ looks like that without any code. Hata kama as in kama uja edit your code, hiyo structure yake inakaa hivyo. In fact, if you create a new project, hiyo already inakuanga ishakuwa created. Kwa pamoja, hiyo already inakuanga ishakuwa created, so utaipata. The only thing you'll do is just edit inside here. Utaedit hapa ndani. Right? Hapa ndani ya hizi opening and closing curly braces hapo ndani ndio utaedit. So, we need a program that adds two programmer numbers, 5 and 10, and then it displays the numbers. The first thing to do is to determine how many variables do you need. A variable is a space in memory which can store data, and it can be accessed from there. So the first thing is to determine how many variables. How many variables do you need in this program? Programming it add two numbers, like display their sum. How many variables do you need to store data? How many variables will you require to store data? Two. Someone else? Someone else? 3. 3 is right. You will need 3 variables. Which one and which one and which one? A variable to store the number 10, a variable to store the number 5, and a variable to store their sum. Okay, that is how you determine how many variables are required. So 3 is right. So utakuja sasa declare. So utadeclare zote ni ints, ni numbers, ni natural numbers, so utazideclare kama numbers. The first way is just to have int x, y na sum. Hivyo tu, na si lazima kuwe na space. Mimi naweka tu space because of organization purposes, but zinaweza kuwa tu hivyo. There is no need to have, as long as umeka comma ndio compiler ijue hizi ni variables tofauti. Okay, so umedeclare hizo variables tatu ziko sawa. So now you have to initialize two variables, moja ni 5 na nyingine ni 10. Si swali inasema two programmer numbers 5 and 10, meaning that hizo numbers already they are determined, so you have to initialize them. Okay, so x is equals to 5 hivyo, and then y is equals to 10. Hizo ndio numbers mbili. Okay, sum are to initialize. Sum is going to be the sum, is going to store the sum. Sorry, there was a hitch again. As I've said, you just bear with us. We are experiencing these problems, but I'm now back. Let me share back this screen so that we continue. We don't waste a lot of time here. Share that. Let me share that. Okay, so ukiangalia hapo nimedeclare variables tatu, nika initialize mbili na moja sije initialize kwa sababu hiyo si programmer value. Ita store sum, ita store the computation for sum, for addition. So this sum is equals to x plus y. This is just a mathematical expression, all right? It's just a mathematical expression. The way you could be told by a teacher, a mathematics teacher, in an algebraic formula, in an algebraic expression, the value for x is 2 and the value for y is 3. Find the value for z, whereby z is the sum of x. Compute for z, where z is x plus y. You know, so that's just an algebraic expression, and it's not hard. So it's the same here. Sum is equals to x plus y. All right. Kwa sababu tushapewa x na y, so nachukua tu sum is equals to x plus y. So and then I come here C out. C out is the keyword that is used to print out. All right. Na C out inaendanga hivi. C out hivyo unatumia shift left mbili. Shift left inakaa hivyo. Then you have a double quotation. Double quotation ni ya kuandika chenye unataka ikue printed out ama chenye unataka ikue displayed. So what I want to display here is the word sum is equal. Okay, sum equal. So after that unaweka hiyo shift left tena, then what you want to display, the variable you want to display, unaweka sum. So sum ni hii. Unaona niki select hapo niki select to sum hapa, check what will happen. When I select sum there, sum here has been selected and sum here has been selected. Look at it. When I select sum, all the sums in my program have been selected. Kwa nini? Compiler inajua hii sum ni variable. Okay? So wherever I've used sum, you can see imekuwa selected. Your programmer, me as a programmer, to know that I'm using the variable sum. In other words, it is a variable sum that is going to be displayed. The variable, not the word. Okay? The variable. And then, so I'm going to have sum there. Nikuwe na shift left ingine. And then end line. End line or end L is to end that line of code before it moves or progresses to the next line. Okay? So after the display, it will do nothing else. It will do nothing else in that line. Your line imeisha. Kama if there is any other code, it ends in the next line. So that's the purpose of end line. Okay? Right. Then I save it and then I click debug. So now let me share, because the output screen is normally independent. Ukiangalia kwa code yako, kwa screen yako ya computer yako, utapata the console application is an independent window, right? So it's an independent window. So I have to share it separately. All right, so there is the console application. I hope you can see it. Just trying to move it so that you can see it. So there it is, right? So ukianga unaona hapa, si ndio imekuwa displayed. Sum is equals to 15. Me as a programmer, I have not initialized 15. Okay? I just gave the computer, the program, the value of x and y. Now program yenyewe can compute here the sum. That's why it's called programming. You program the computer to do for you something. Okay? So sum is equals to 15. Sum is equals to x plus y, and x plus y is 10 plus 5, which is 15. So sum is equals to 15. And it will tell you press any key to continue. So you press. All right. So is there still a question? Yes, cout is used like printf. That is true. Cout is the alternative for printf. So in C we use printf. In C++ we use cout. Yeah, that is true. Any other question? All right, if there is no other question, then let's now have another program. Okay. So develop program in C++ that allows the user to enter two numbers. The program computes and displays the sum of the numbers. All right, there is the program. Okay, let's now see how this will work. So let's go back here to the code. So code hatuta change vitu mingi, ni vitu tu kidogo. The first thing we are going to do, we are going to remove these initialized values. Can someone tell me why I have removed the initialized values and retained just the variables? Can someone explain to us why we have x, y, and sum, and also why we don't have x and y initialized? Can someone tell us why? Exactly. To enable user input. It is to enable user input because it is not the programmer who is initializing, it is the user who will provide the values or the input. That's why we have not initialized. The program will be user based. That is true then. So then, that is true. So now, we now tell the user to enter two numbers, okay? So that one is normally called an input prompt. You prompt the user. Ni kama venye ukiwasha simu yako inakwambianga enter pin. The word enter pin ama the phrase enter pin is an input prompt. In other words, it is a statement telling you to do something, all right? Or when it tells you click the button below, that is a prompt, okay? So whenever you are dealing with any program, an instruction telling the user to do something is called a prompt, okay? An instruction prompt, an input prompt, whatever a prompt it is. So for us, it is an input prompt. So we are going to have an input prompt. So display enter any two numbers, okay? So and then you unaweka end line, okay? So hiyo ni display, ni prompt ya kwambia user enter the numbers, okay? Then now, which is the keyword that we use for input? C in, okay? Output ni C out, input ni C in, okay? So C in, and now see how these arrows are pointing. These arrows are pointing inwards, not outwards. They are pointing inwards to show that it's input. So C in X, Y. Naona nimeka space C in X, nika press space bar, nikaweka Y. In other words, ataweka numbers kwa nini mbili, okay? Kwa sentence moja, kwa line moja, X na press nikaweka Y. Otherwise ninaweza tumia tab, right? Hivyo, okay? Then see out, not see out. Before see out, you come here and you compute the sum for the numbers, okay? Now already we had computation. So sum is equals to X plus Y, and then C out is equals to sum is equal, C out sum is equals to sum, yeah, so that's fine. So the only changes we have made ni tumetoa initialized values, tukaweka prompt ya user aweke two numbers, tukaweka function ya user kuweka two numbers, and then computation for sum haija change na C out for sum haija change. So you save your program and then you click build and run. Imenipea error. So I need to resolve the error. Good. So it has worked. So the only problem was what? The comma here to separate the variables, because bila comma, then the compiler sees x, y as one variable. Ataka kuna space, inaona x, y as one variable. So that comma has solved the issue. This is what is called program debugging, correcting errors in a program. So that has worked. So when I build and run, it runs. So let me now share the console application, the console window as it has run. Let me share it. All right, there we go. So as you can see, wacha ni maximize. As you can see, inaniambia enter any two numbers. You can see that. Enter any two numbers. All right. So hapo itakuwa tu ina as you can see, it's blinking. It's waiting for me to enter two numbers, okay? So I will enter 10 and then I press enter. Sorry, something has gone wrong. there is a space that I have that I should not have put. Let me remove that space. Sorry, let me see. Let me see how that works. All right. Let me make some changes here. There's something that has gone wrong. It has not been able to give me the sum. So instead of having that, I'm going to have Cin and Cin that way. Let me see if this should give me the output as I expected. Good. Yeah, that one has worked. All right, so let me now share this screen. All right, let me share this console window. Enter any two numbers. So any numbers, okay? It's the user's number. So I can choose 10 and then I choose 12, right? So you see what I've done. After nimeweka number, press enter, do you go to the next line? Then make up a number and then I've pressed enter. Enter basically allows the program to go to the next line of code as you have written it for source code. Okay, so keep press enter and go to the next line of code. So now sum is equals to 22. Press any key to continue. Right. Let me share this screen back so that now you can ask any question you have in this program.
Now I'm back.
All right, any question? Anyone who might have any question on this program that you've just written?
I don't want to take the manual there, I think manual for this there. There is no question.
Okay, naona hakuna swali. Then let me give you now a program which you can now I want you to create a develop a C++ program.
I want to look at this and what you call it. And one of the parameters that we use is basically the generation. With the generation that computes for so we can practically compute it on one of them are doing the generation. It says in the first generation, so they are fully aspects of the the first one I can say is basically the aspect of generation. Then number two, we'll be talking about now.
Then divides it.
What is the sense of that computing? How powerful is that computing in terms of processing? Remember the power there is processing fidelity. Right now we talked about the type of data that we can get. But we can
Okay, I want you to develop that program.
We can also classify this also in terms of, for example, when I talk about whether that computer can be able to do more than one activity or be able to do one physical or
So I hope you understand that program.
how are they involved in the evolution of computers? So at the time like how are they involved in that kind of
Create that program.
this kind of here now? When you see this development of computers, let's say for this as one way in which you can classify now computers started becoming commercially available and the first computer were called the first generation of so here, computers are divided into generations. We have the first generation and another second generation. The third generation is capital. The first generation and the second generation. All the people that do English. So this is where we are currently. The whole generation. But what is the how this organization what is the concept of the first concept of the first generation followed by the second or the remote where we are is still so these notes are similar to the one so the first generation were computers available for use. Those computers were available for use.
Alvin, your machine is using Windows. Is it using Windows? Alvin, okay. And it's 32-bit or 64-bit? All right, let me send you the link.
They are telling they were past but now we are comparing further generation. Very low in power consumption was very high and they were very slow. I'm not saying they were slow during their time because even the computer that you can see was very fast today. You didn't take it as it comes, right? You compare it very slow. In their time they were fast and now compared to other generations they were very slow. And also these computers were not efficient. Now the time means basically digitalization of the software. So when you say they were not efficient, otherwise they were not utilizing the resources efficiently. Now, other than that, what is mean by utilizing the resources efficiently? Means utilization of the passive utilization of the what is Like I think the example of an efficient machine, people call
So I give you 15 minutes to finish up that code. 15 minutes to finish up that code, so we continue. Okay. Justin, I'm not able to understand you. We're just to supposed to finish. I can't understand your language. Just Bogonko. Mean tu ni the half of a number. Yeah, I just want to see, Justin. I want to see. You can share your screen. I want to see your code, Justin. If you're done, I want to see your code. Do you have a screen sharing option in your laptop? Okay, just a minute. Justin, see if you can share your screen now. Zoom in. So int A, B, C. Have you maximized the window? Ensure the window is maximized. And please zoom in again. All right. So ABC is for the 3. answer is for the first sum. So you tell the user enter A, B, and C. Basically, you can just tell the user enter 3 numbers, okay? Ukiprompt user, unafaa kumprompt na language yenye anaelewa. Hebu imagine ungefungua phone, alafu upate hapo imekwambia enter A, B, C, D. What is A, B, C, D? The programmer knows that is the pin, but you, the user, may not know. So you have to give the user a thing that they know. Okay. So I want you to correct that. Justin, correct that A, B, and C. Weke enter 3 numbers. Yes. So that one is now good. The user can know what they should enter. So C in A, C in B, C in C. Then answer is equals to A plus C divided by B. Now, something is a little bit wrong there. A plus C is okay because it adds the first number and the second number. But the question says it should let me see this question. It adds the first and third, then divides it with the mean of the second number. Not divides it with the second number, divides it with the mean of the second number. So unafaa ku find out mean ya second number. Mean ni division, it's like the division, okay? If I tell you find the mean of 2 numbers, you are going to add those 2 numbers and then divide them by 2. See, that's the mean, right? So if you have one number and I tell you to find the mean of that number, it's just to divide that number by 2, or that number plus 0, because you are adding it to nothing, divide by 2. Okay, so what I'm expecting, Justin, I want you to
I didn't hear what you said. Could you please repeat?
All right, Justin, I want you to introduce. Justin, I hope that you can hear me. I want
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Justin, I want you to introduce another variable. Hapa penye kuna umeka variables A, B, C answer. I want you to introduce another variable called mean. Kwa int A, B, C answer. Ongeza variable inaitwa mean. Mean, yes. It's just a name. You can call it Z or S or T, anything. Okay. So
yeah.
Then I want you, before now you go to answer, before upper computation your answer, compute for mean. So mean is equals to B divided by 2. Inafaa kuwa before answer. That operation should be before answer.
Oh, before answer, okay.
Yes. Yeah, so hiyo ni ya kutafuta mean ya the second number. Then the question says it adds the first number and the third number and divides it with the mean of the second number. So now your answer is equals to A plus c divided. Oh, good. Yeah, that is it. That is it. So now when you can save it and then build and run it, and then share with us the output. Mhm. Answer is 6. Okay. Then now let us prove if this answer is true. So the first number is 6, the third number is 7. So 6 plus 7 is 13. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 13 plus 2. Wait.
It didn't compute. Let
6
me try
plus.
with even numbers.
Oh, yeah. 13 divided by 2 is 6. 13 divided by 2 is 6. That is true. Now, share
It's
back the
6.5.
code. And it's 6.5. That's what I want to correct. Share back the code.
Okay.
Okay. So utachange hizi numbers equal float. Instead of declaring them as int, declare them as float.
Float.
Yes. Yeah. I save and run.
I do the same equation.
Hmm?
I do the same equation.
Uh,
Or I change the numbers.
above press enter. Yeah, that is it.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's how it's supposed to be. So everyone, I think everyone now can see how that has gone, even in Afakwa. So Justin, thank you. Now let me now disable you so that I can. Okay, good. Thank you, Justin, for giving us that presentation. Uh,
You are now.
so let me enable my screen sharing because I had given that privilege to Justin. So I have to re-enable it on my side so that we continue. There's a hitch on my side. I want you to bear with me a little bit. There's a hitch on my side. But Leland, I've seen your code. The only problem with your code, Leland, is you should not compute the sum first. You should not compute the sum first. Right? You should first compute the mean, then compute the sum. All right. So I'm still not able to share my screen. I am having that technical difficulty. I need to correct that. Just give me a few minutes, I correct that.
You are
Justin, could you please disable? Could you please disable?
Disable what?
Because I'm not able to share my screen or do anything else. I think there are still some. I think there is some screen sharing going on your end, probably.
No, I've disabled everything.
Disable
I just
what is
have the
going
mic
on,
on.
so that you can just remain as a listener. So that you can remain as a listener. Good disable what's going on
or I
your
log
end,
out. I
so that
log
you
out
can
then log
remain
in
as a
again.
listener,
Can you hear me?
that I can get back control for my screen sharing, because I'm still not able to share screen.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes.
I'm asking if I log out then log in back again because I don't have anything open.
Oh. All right.
Let me do that.
But I can still see the
You can see?
you still have some privileges from your end. I can still see.
Yeah, I still have privileges. But I'm asking if I log out then log in again as a student.
Log out. Then all right, then I think that now it's fine. I can be able to share screen. So as it should actually not be giving us that problem. It is very simple to switch between moderator and viewer. It's just that the system has glitches, so that's why we have to use those manual backdated methods of logging out and logging in to kind of refresh those settings. But then it is well. Let me share the screen back to you so that I can show you that number which you are having here. So here is the screen. All right, so I will have two. So I'm going to have mean and results. Okay, and I tell the user enter any three numbers. So C in X, C in Y, and C in Z. So I'm just repeating what Justin had shown us for the sake of anybody who has not seen what was happening. So the first thing is to compute the mean, all right, of what? The second number. So mean is equals to y divided by 2. Okay. Then results. The final result is going to be the sum of the first number, added to the second number. Sorry, zangu ni x, so C na B. The first number added to the last number of the third number divided by the mean of the second number. And the mean of the second number is mean. and then I will remove that, and then I will see out results. And then of course, because those numbers, if I calculate those numbers, it can give me decimal places. So let me have floats, right, to accommodate decimal places. Results that way. Okay, so I save and I run it. I hope there is no error. Yes, there is no error. So let me now share the oh yeah, it is x plus z. Thanks for correcting that. It is x plus z, not x plus y, because y is the second number. X plus z. True. All right. Thank you. Let me now share. Thank you, Mercy, for noticing that. So let me share the console. So there is a console. So enter three numbers. I will enter 3, I will enter 5, and I will enter 7 or 8. Okay. So what are we expecting? What are we expecting as the result? Before we click enter, what do we expect as the result for that? What do we expect as a result? 2.5? 1.5. So 3 plus 8 is 11. Then 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So 11 divided by 2.5. 11 divided by 2.5 is 5 point something. It should be something, 5 point something or 4 point something. Yeah. Let me see from my calculator here. Eleven divided by 2.5 should give us 4.4. 4.4. All right. So let me now go then to the console. It's 4.4. Let me press and see what will give me. 3.2. How has that come about? Let me go to the code. Let me back here to the code and see what is wrong. It has given us 3.2. When we've given it 3, 5, and 8, it has given us the answer as 3.2. Let's see what could be. I actually used floats. I did use floats. So there, it's already float. So float x, y, z. X, y, z is the first number, second, third number. Mean is the mean of the second number, and result is the final result. So enter 3 numbers x, y, z. Then mean is equals to y divided by 2. Yeah, that one is okay. Then result is equals to x plus z divided by mean. See, question, that's how the question was. It adds the first and third number, then it divides it with the mean second number. So we are good, we are okay. X plus z divided by mean. Result is equals to result. That should actually suffice. All right, let me see what is happening here. Let me stop this. Let me share back the console window. So let me have natural numbers which don't have float. Let me just have 10, 10, and 10. So what do we expect from these three numbers? What is the result that we should expect? What should you expect from these three numbers? What is the result we should expect? Ten plus 10 is 20. 20 divided by 5 is 4. Right. So let's see. Yeah, it has given us 4. Okay, let's give it another one. Let's have another. Let me share. Let me have 9, 7, and 6. Right. So what do you expect? What do you expect from those entries? What do you expect from 9, 7, and 6? Nine plus 6, 15. 15 divided by 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. 15 divided by 3.5. It should give us 4.285. So ukiangalia yenye inaleta hizo numbers mingi mingi, you have to change them into double. You will have to change it to double. So we are going to, let me remove that. I'm going to change this to double. Instead of float, I'm going to use double so that it can accommodate any numbers, whether large decimal numbers or small decimal numbers. All right. So okay, nimechange tu ikakuwa double. That's why I've not. Yeah, you can see the screen. So let me now share the screen for the output. So there is a screen for the outputs. All right, let's have 9, 7, and 6. So we are expecting 4.28571. Good. There it is. Yeah. So you can see how that has come about. So that's how it's supposed to be. Let me give you another question. Or you can ask a question as I type a question. Okay, develop that program. A C++ program that will prompt the user to enter the name and marks for student for 5 subjects: English, Math, SWA, Geo, and Chem. It then computes for total marks and average. Then when it's done doing that, it displays the student name, the marks for each subject, the total marks, and the average. So develop a program that does that. So I hope you are developing that program. I'll give you like 15 minutes. When you are done, you can say so that I can enable. When you're done, you can say so that I can enable your screen sharing so that you can share with us what you have. So when you're done, you say. Justin, let me show you how that works. So let me share the screen here. You go to view menu. You go to view menu and you will see some of these have been unchecked. Right? So you have to check it. Right? So you have to check these things here. Check. Ensure these are checked. Na kwa toolbar hizi ziko checked. You're welcome. So who has finished? We need to finish up because the class is scheduled to end at 1:45. We have only 8 minutes. We need to show how this works.
So make sure that you can talk to the people that are already on the session. Maybe we can say that.
Now, for the sake of time, let me just show you how this thing works very fast because the time is already closing in on us. We are going to first declare a character, going to call it name, but we give it parameters. In other words, it's going to pick 20. Right? It's going to receive name. Then it's going to receive marks for, we're going to allow for float. So we're going to receive marks for English, math, chem, geo, and SWA. Also, it's going to compute total and also average. Then we now tell the user to enter name of students, right? So C in name. When you tell the user enter marks for subjects, and then we come also say again C out, math, and then C in math. I'm going to repeat this for all of them. So this is going to be English, and then this is going to be ink, then M, this is going to be chem, this is going to be geography, geo, That's going to be SWA. So after that, it's going to compute total. So total is going to be English. You don't have to arrange them in that order as long as you add them. English plus math plus chem plus geo plus SWA. Right? Then average equals to what? The average is the total divided by the number of items. So the number of items is 5. So Justin, I can see your work. So Justin, you can follow, and everybody else you can follow and see where the code, my code and yours is conflicting, so that you can correct. So we have that. Then now let's see if the thing about programming is every time you are coding, if you want to ensure that you keep testing the code, all right, to see if it is working. So let me run it at this point. Video coming work. Yeah, it is working. I've not finished, but I'm just running it so that I can see if it's working. So in a run, and it's giving me output, so meaning that it's okay. Let me continue. So at every point when you are coding, ensure that you run your code, especially if you are dealing with a huge program. Then after that, we can now display the name of students. Then display what else? The marks for the different subjects. We can say marks for that. The letter name, marks for John. Marks for that in 5 subjects follows. And then so nitazidisplay zote in one line. So math nitaweka math hivyo, right? Then niweke comma kwa sababu nataka ziende in different, ziko in one line. So that's why nimeweka comma and then space English geo geo so tumeka math, English, geo, chem, so ichukue marks ya chem, then it display SWA hivyo, and then imalize. Then so display zote in one line. If I can minimize that, you see what's happening there. I basically minimized minimize ndio uone venye iko. They've all been displayed in one line. Hiyo. And then nitatumia cout. Nitatumia cout tena ku display total. So cout total max total taniweka hizi space. Hizo space nimeweka na tab hapa ni just for aesthetic purposes, ndio ijipange. Then copy this, paste it there. I just change this one. Average. All right, let's see if this works. Good, it works. So let me share the screen. Are you actually able to see? I hope that you can see me. I'm not able to see your messages. I can see that there is a message, but I'm not able to see it. I think because time is over. What? Let me share this screen and you see what's happening there. Let me adjust the time. So that this session is isha, because the session should end at 1:45. Let me adjust the time so that we can take it to 2. The session is giving me trouble from my end, so let's finish this so that I can log out completely and log in again, because I'm experiencing a lot of trouble from my end. Can you see a screen shared? All right. There's a lot of trouble with the system. I have shared the screen, so I had already shared the code. So now I'm going to enter the name of a student. Let's say Joseph Charlotte. Right? Enter marks for subjects: math 80, English 90, chemistry 78, geography 86, Swahili 67. Now, can you see that? Student name Joseph Chalo. Marks for Joseph Chalo in 5 subjects as follows: math 80, English 90, geography 86, chem 78, SWA 67. Total marks for one, average 80.2. Can you see that, how that one has worked? So that's how it should be. A session is actually, it's actually ended. So that's how it should work. So I'm going to post this code. Let me share the screen that has the code. So this is the screen that has the code. So that's the code, and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this code in the portal so that you can access it after class and see it. You can copy it probably in your code, in your own code, or compare it with your code and see what could be wrong with your code and correct it. So I guess we can call it a day. we've come to the end of that. So in the portal, I'm going to put that code, and I'm also going to put an assignment. So that assignment is going to be assignment 1. I believe I've never given you assignment 1. So I'm going to give you an assignment 1. So I'm going to put assignment 1 there, and also this code. Assignment 1 is going to be based on what we've learned today. So basically that's it about the structure of C++, how to write a basic program in C++. So if you have any question, you can ask probably in the WhatsApp, because our session actually ended 7 minutes ago. I don't know if it's being recorded. It's not being recorded. So I have another class. We have research class. So research class, we are going to start it at 3. We're going to start it at 3 p.m. We're going to start it at 3 p.m. So we can call it a day. In the next class, we are going to learn about control structures. That is chapter 3, control structures. So check up in your portal, you're going to find assignment 1, and also I'm going to share this code. Have a good afternoon.